Can I just say one thing before I do start, and this is not in the script, but you do all know that my daughter has a theatrical and a dance background. So I'll say nothing more than that for the moment, and hopefully I'll get through this. Anyway, so here we are, Father of the Bride. Who would have thought it? You know, I was checking etiquette, and of course the Father of the Bride has the honour of welcoming all the guests. So indeed I will. However, just before that, I wanted to bring you to your attention another aspect, because whilst researching etiquette, I found out that apparently the Father of the Bride's speech should be about as long as the average man makes love.
You've got too long!
Which, so I'm told, is apparently 6 or 7 minutes. But of course you know me better than that. Well, some of you know me better than that. But, honestly, what can I say? Listen, I've written this speech, and Lorna, I've rewritten it. I've edited, and I've re-edited, so the very best I can do is get it down to 1 hour and 16 minutes. But don't worry, because I'm not going to do the whole thing now. For you, honourable guests, I'm going to save or entertain you, hopefully, with the best 10 minutes. So, brace yourselves, hang on to your seats, and let's hope that the simoleon kicks in quick. Welcome the avenue, welcome, friend étranger, stranger, quickly to say, je suis santé. I'm happy to see you, why the rest they stay. Welcome the avenue, welcome to you and you this wedding day. Madame and Monsieur, ladies and gentlemen, and indeed Baron and Baroness, you are indeed very, very welcome. And I just wanted to say a quick thank you to Matt, who for the last 2 weeks has been rehearsing this with me. Was it about 2 weeks? 8 weeks. Okay. He's such a lover, he does exaggerate. Anyway, it was whilst rehearsing with Matt that I thought, hang on a minute, just calm it down. You know, calm down, I've got all these professionals to help me. And that gave me an idea, so let's play the tape.
Je suis enchanté, happy to see you fly past the sky. Welcome in cabaret, au cabaret, au cabaret. Take it away, my babies!
Happy
And Sheila, if you see me later. Anyway, sorry, theatrical's over. But indeed, welcome to you all. Let me just say, obviously, a welcome to those that have travelled both far and near. Of course, Lorna chose to have it in the Cotswolds, but as I say, you're all very welcome here. And I send a special welcome to our guests that have travelled all the way from Australia. Welcome to Anne family and Tony and family that I'm looking for him, can't see him, but welcome anyway. Thank you. And Amy, of course. Yes, you're all very welcome. You know, one of the things I thought about was that one of the pleasures, of course, is that I get to speak and you get to listen. For a man that's been married 33 years, that's really something of a novelty. Indeed, you know, I'm very proud to stand here today. I think it's an honour, and sorry, forgive me going off script. No, I realised that everybody knew that I'd be saying a few words, and indeed it's quite touching that you've still turned up. But one of the things that I wanted to bring to your attention was how beautiful Lorna looked this morning. When I saw her this morning, it brought a tear to my eye. And I've got to tell you that I've had a tear in my eye all day. Of course she looks beautiful, but it's not only that, dear. Of course, it's just I'm worried about how much this is costing me. But of course, and I know it's cliched, lastly, but you know, it's a day that I've given my daughter away. And as I say, it's cliche, but I don't consider it as much as losing a daughter as gaining a son. And of course a gardener, and a decorator, and a personal trainer. So welcome indeed. Seriously, I'm pleased that you've all been able to join us. We've had a wonderful church ceremony, and of course a wonderful wedding breakfast. And you've all played some part.
Deep breath.
Come on, Baz.
Come on, Basil.
I know the sweet steak was on for how long it would took me before I was in the tears, and I think it's about 7.5 minutes. Yes, sorry. You've all played some part, whether it be big or small, as family or friends in the lives of Ian and Lorna, and so you're very much valued because of that. Your presence here is very important to them. It's important to Dave, Bridget, Anne, and indeed Ellen, my wife, and I. So take that as read. Indeed, things were so important that there was a bit of a hiccup, and I walked in one day and Lorna and Ian were having a bit of an argument about the seating plan. So I thought, as father of the bride, I better step in. So what I decided, being me of course, was that the best thing to do was those that bought the biggest presents got to sit at the front. And then it sort of fanned out and it worked backwards. So I just want to say thank you, Jeff and Alice, for the other I promise you, unless I've got it wrong, there's no Jeff and there's no Alice here today. So please, I haven't insulted anybody. Anyway, returning to wedding etiquette, I should say something about the bride. So what of my darling daughter? It seems not long ago that I was holding a newborn 7.5-pound baby girl wrapped in a blue blanket. No, it's true. They plonked this baby in my arms. She had all gooey, streaky blonde hair because literally, unfortunately, Ellen, and another emergency cesarean had ended up, she slept through it all. It was a busy night and they literally popped this little bundle of joy in my arms. And as I say, for those that are listening carefully, she was wrapped in a blue blanket. Because they'd run out of pink. There's so many girls, and it took me about half an hour before I actually realised that I'd been gifted with a lovely baby daughter. Following on from my son and my other son. But she was special. So blue blanket or otherwise, you arrived in the world. You had 10 fingers, 10 little toes, dancing feet. You were just about perfect in every way. It's a very proud moment, and probably only superseded by today. One only has to look at the centre of the table to see how radiant you've looked in your dress there. So, and it really is a reflection of Ellen and my own contentment. I shan't bore you too much about Lorna growing up, but like all children, you watch them grow, they develop, they learn to walk, they crawl, they're sick, they wet themselves. Quite frankly, that's enough about Hemlock, isn't it? Jokes aside, I have watched her blossom into the woman that she is today, and it's been a pleasure. I mentioned dancing feet, it really was a love of her life, and this went hand in hand with her dressing up. As a youngster, she just loved the pretty dresses, the more colourful and frillier the better, fairies and princesses. And since that time, she's had party dresses, graduation dresses, and this is where I need to bite my lip again. But your mother and I. Thank you, Father. Your mother and I just want to know, you to know that you've never looked as special as you have in that dress today. Thank you. You're most kind. And let me tell you, Lorna always knew she'd get married one day. She'd find her Prince Charming, and life for our Lorna has seen her travels and adventures, but the call of home brought her back to Bexley, and fate played its part in bringing Ian and Lorna together. And indeed, Ian and Lorna's lives, as many of you probably know, some of you might not, but many of you know, Ian and Lorna's lives have crossed before. Yes, Ian has been, still is, her older brother's best friend, Scott. Indeed, as a teenager, Ian was very much a regular house guest. Spent many a night as a guest. I'm sure he remembers well the dawn chorus that greeted him 2 o'clock Sunday afternoons when I'd barge into the bedroom. It was a case of, come on boys, hands off, on with socks. Somebody said I shouldn't say cocks, so I won't. Sorry, forgive me, slip of the tongue. No, can you imagine this bedroom? It really was like something to behold. You go in and it just smelt of beer and bloke. But quite frankly, it didn't put Ian off. In fact, nor Lorna for that matter. He kept coming back, and as I said earlier, we were blessed with a second son, and it was at his 18th birthday party that in fact Cupid drew its bow. I got a phone call from Scott who said, listen Dad, we've got a house full of teenagers, we've got a little marquee up in the garden, we're going to have 100 drunken 18-year-olds, it's going to get well out of hand. So I'm going to bring Blacker along. Blacker, Big Baz and Scott Man. He could have taken on the world, honestly. Yeah, but there it is, he quietly confides, Scott, you know what, I've always had a soft spot for your sister. Well, I think it was a soft spot. Sorry, I know it's cheeky. Forgive me. Yeah, so this soft spot and Scott was horrified, as you can imagine. But rolling Scott's fiancée Hazel, thank you Hazel, and indeed my wife Ellen, who said, at the end of the day, Ian, fill your boots. She's a free agent. So it was that Ian asked Lorna out on a date. As I understand, he said they were a fun date. You know, quite platonic to start with. But anyway, love blossomed, and the rest, as they say, is history. You know, when you're happy, you smile, and when you're really happy, your eyes smile. And Lorna, today, your eyes are definitely smiling. Ian, yours too. It's just a little like one of those puppies where here's a whistle and it turns. No, I'm just kidding. Honestly. In fact, in finding Ian, she's found really the perfect partner. And I'm delighted that he's become a part of our family. There are many traits that I admire about Ian. He's level-headed, he's conscientious, he's determined, he's generous, kind, and along with his family values and views, it's clear that he appreciates the finer things in life. Of course, he's married my daughter today, so that must be right. In turn, let me tell you a little about Brian's qualities. Rox, you're on. Nearly. Where do I start? In fact, I've just got a little clip that hopefully we can show you. Yeah, I was talking about qualities, and as I say, history, when you look back at some of your old videos, and if you just listen carefully.
You're a poser, isn't it?
Definite poser.
Not really.
What does Eddie say?
I'm only doing this to show you at the wedding day.
Okay. Hopefully you all picked it up that I made comment that I was going to show it to her on her wedding day. So Lorna, I just fulfilled that promise. It took me hours and hours and hours to try and find it, but we did find it eventually. And for those of you that are concerned in the audience and are about to ring the child line, I promise you that she was bathing in the sink because we were refitting our bathroom. Anyway, as I said, Bride's qualities, yes indeed you're a poser, Lorne, but where do I start? You two, you're intelligent, you're generous, you're hard-working, you're popular. Indeed, she's definitely her father's daughter, don't you think? But over the years, I've seen Lorna develop into the beautiful woman you see today. She won accolades for her studies, she completed Duke of Edinburgh challenges. You've excelled in dance, and over the years you've won many awards. So dance being the very love of your life, long may you dance with joy through your married life. She's well travelled. She has a wanderlust spirit of adventure. However, throughout life she's never forgotten her family, or friends, or the bonds of kindness that make these relationships so enduring and so strong. And I have to say that's why many, many of you, if not all of you, are sat here today. Ian, if Lorna is half a good wife as she is a daughter, then you'll share a life with a woman who epitomises honour and respect, both for herself and for those she loves. I've got in the script here, okay, I'm off again, but I've got through that without crying. It says lighten up. Having been in the wedded state for much of my life, you know, it's really just not true that married men live longer. It just seems that way. But the secret of a happy marriage I have found is give and take. And of course, Ian, you've guessed it. Yeah, Lorna gives the orders and you take them. Okay, Lorna was a little apprehensive, I'm sure, about what I might say or do during this speech. And I was I'm sure you were truly terrified when I mentioned that I intended to sing. Of course, I can't sing, as many of you would now vouch for. But I've tried my best. I've toned it down, believe me. It's not the banner waving and flags, and I haven't got fireworks and party crackers. But what I do have is a simple but immense pride in speaking today. I have no doubts whatsoever that Ian will take very good care of you, Lorna, as he has done since you started courting. Deep breath, Father. I have to say, Ian, you are welcome in our family, as are you all. Okay, nearly there. And for this, I just want to walk out a little bit.
Walk the crowd.
Walk the crowd. Did you say walk the crowd or work the crowd? Something like this. I promise you, I don't do this for a living. But I just wanted to point out and say, listen. Oh, sorry, I do beg your pardon, madam. Oh. Please, Father, behave. Listen, we have a perfect bride. I think we've got a perfect groom. I think pretty much we've had a perfect day. And I hope that this has been a perfect speech. Well, almost perfect. So listen carefully. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in so many ways. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble. May you share many wonderful days. To know you is to love you. We wish you a perfect life. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble. So let's toast this new man and wife. We'll do it once more for you. Listen up, and some tables have got the words. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in so many ways. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble. May you share many wonderful days. To know you is to love you. We wish you a perfect life. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble. So let's toast this new man and wife. Do you know what? You came in a little bit early now. So I'm going to do the words for you in case anybody can't see it. Okay? It's very simple. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in so many ways. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble. May you share many wonderful days. To know you is to love you. Oh, we wish you a perfect life. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble. So let's toast this new man and wife. And I know you're all going to do this with me, so I don't want anybody to be shy, even over the back. Ben and Reese, our birdies, our Aussie friends, Glen Erskine. All right, I'll count you in when you're ready then. Matt, 2, 3, okay? Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in so many ways. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble. May you share many wonderful days. To know you is to love you. We wish you a perfect life. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble. So let's toast this new man and wife. One last time there, one last time. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in so many ways. Get on your feet. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble. May you share many wonderful days. To know you is to love you. We wish you a perfect life. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble. So let's toast this new man and wife.